Dave the Barbarian. Dave the Barbar. Oh wait, wrong
Isn't
channel.
it wrong?
We're reviewing The Barbarians. Little
Woohoo!
backstory on this. The reason why we're reviewing this very blatant Conan the Barbarian ripoff,
I don't know why.
or
Why?
maybe it's more of a ripoff of 2020 Texas Gladiators.
Oh, jeez. We do watch some doozy of movies. Yep.
The reason why, and I'm going to give a little shout out. The reason why is because there used to be a website called Spill.com, and one
Oh,
of the
he's not around
people.
anymore?
No, now it's double toasted.
Oh, got it.
And
He's still around, though.
yeah, one of
Okay.
the people on there was his character's name was Carlisle. I think his name is like Cargill or Masawerma. I'm just gonna go with Carlisle. Um, they reviewed this movie called The Secret: The Dark is Rising, which was one of those attempts to create a Harry Potter franchise. In the same vein as like Golden Cup and Bender.
All of those. To one.
Um, God, why is it doing that? I need.
Doing what?
It was pausing for a few seconds.
It's
Anyway,
been doing that a little bit lately.
anyway, the reason anyway in the review for that, they were talking about the movie Crawl, which, darn you, Smeghead, you beat me to it. I wasn't gonna review it anyway. Um, and they also mentioned Barbarians because that was one movie he loved when he was a kid, but then when he watched
Then it doesn't make sense. It's not the same movie.
when he watched it in his 20s, or in his, maybe it was in his maybe it was in his like pre-teens or something, maybe it was like 12 or 13, somewhere around there, maybe, I don't know. But he then rewatched it, or his friends had to be like, dude, the Barbarians are terrible. That's a terrible movie. So that's how I cornered Kay here into reviewing this movie, starring basically imagine any Conan the Barbarian knockoff,
And you've got, guess what?
except with twins
Oh, yes. There were twins.
and tattoos, I guess.
And a queen.
Yeah. So
And the traveling circus.
oh, and they need to like save their mother, so it's if you've seen like Lord of the Rings and Conan and The Hobbit and any if you've seen Mars Needs Moms,
That wasn't that bad.
that was terrible and boring.
Some of the ones you mentioned were worse.
So it's been a while since we saw this movie a few days ago, and yet I forgot pretty much all of it. All I remember is that the mother sacrifices herself to be essentially.
She wasn't the mother, she was a queen. They found the two twins by a railroad, and so they kind of like tried to adopt them.
No, I'm talking about how the bad guy was going to kill the kids.
The twins, yes.
Yeah, and she gives up herself, like, please, please, my lord, take me.
So you kind of have to, this traveling magic circus type thing. They had a.
Reminded me of, like,
What about the magic ruby?
oh, yeah.
So they had this stone that they traded all these diamonds for to have this magic ruby. And they were given free passage to go anywhere between the borders. All they had to do was get past the mountains to get to the border to the free land for them.
But they were slaves, and then when they were put into a battle.
They were taken as slaves.
Yeah. And then there's kind of like a Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap, where it's revealed that both of them, that they're related. They're twins.
Well, because they kept having the twins fight
In masks.
Well, no, they had to fight against, one had to fight against a silver mask guy, and one had to fight against a gold bronze masked
Mm-hmm.
guy. So then they were given those masks, and so they saw the mask and they didn't see what was on them. So they were fighting each other, and then all of a sudden they realized they were twins, and then they had to save the queen, and then blah 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 kept going.
Now,
And the queen was never sacrificed
no,
to,
she decided to be like a harem girl, pretty much.
well, she had to, she had no choice.
Yeah,
That was
she
the
gave up herself.
sorcerer.
She gave up
Right.
herself to
But she
save the
was
kids.
she was never compromised.
Meaning there was no nudity, people.
No sex. She was
That's
not.
what I said.
You said nudity.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the movie.
Anyway,
But this, can I please make that joke?
whatever.
This is another attempt at Hollywood sexualizing men as if all you ladies care about is just chiseled abs and men in loincloths. Hopefully you'll see us more. Hopefully you'll see us for more than just our bodies one day.
That came out of left field.
It's a
folks.
joke, people.
I know.
I'm pretty sure she. Did you enjoy seeing the characters?
No, they were just characters to me. They weren't. They weren't like. I didn't see them like that. No.
As hunks?
No.
Well, there is.
To me, a well-dressed man in a nice suit.
So you're a James Bond person.
Whatever. Anyway.
So you're more James Bond than Rambo. Or Rocky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. You could.
I think there is a film.
No, let's get back to this film.
No,
and
no,
get it done with.
there's a film out there like this,
Oh, did I
except
close the door again? Anyway.
except it has two girls. So equality. I'm all in favor of that.
Well, who was that other barbarian that was a lady? There was a lady. She was like a barbarian.
In this movie,
No, in a different movie.
Xena,
I don't know, maybe. Anyway,
prehistoric Glamazon Huntress AD.
that's a mouthful. Anyway,
Well, there is a movie called Sheena, Queen of the Jungle that I want to see.
okay. So anyway, back to the movie. So they took her, she gave up herself. Before she got caught, she gave the ruby to one of the guys, and he like fell off, pretended he was dead, and then he ran and he hid it.
Oh, can I say one of my favorite scenes in this movie?
What, the sorcerer?
Maybe. It's that scene where where there are two kids, she crushes like a diamond, and then she blows and basically turns them pretty much to death and dust.
Mm.
I thought that was kind of cool. I could see maybe if you were a teen, young kid, this would be very exciting for you. But since I'm in my 30s,
Well, they never did find out who of the twins bit the two fingers off. And I don't remember.
oh yeah,
I don't remember if
this
they
movie,
show it later that he still didn't have two fingers.
This movie is pretty gory, people. This movie is pretty gory.
And that looked like he really, oh man, he had to have sharp teeth.
Oh yeah.
And remember when the twins got into the castle, or into whatever
I think
it
I might have
was,
zoned out at this point.
and they found the queen, and she said, now remember when you were younger, the bedtime story I used to tell you. Oh yeah, about the dragon. Yeah, and how you have to get the correct weapons, and you have to get the correct armor to fight the dragon.
I feel like this is...
But the sorcerer, how did she find out? Oh, remember, because when she told the twins, that other girl was listening, the one that was like her keeper, kept her in the cage or whatever.
I don't know, maybe I'm just not a fan of sword and sorcery movies.
Well, maybe not. You don't have to be a fan of everything.
Like, I'm not a fan of some. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of black and white movies.
Hmm. Some of them are okay.
Um, I'm. I imagine you couldn't make this movie nowadays, but
You probably could for real cheap.
well, you'd need to find twins that are like really muscular.
Well, they'd have to be young, and then yeah, not Arnold and Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
Well, I think you could with Arnold.
Yeah. Arnold and The Rock? No, not even close. No, it worked for this movie. I don't
The Rock
remember.
and Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I don't remember what their names were in real life.
I don't know, but they are twin brothers.
Yeah, they probably were in the WWF at one time.
I don't know.
Well, because they were kind of beefy and their muscles stayed.
Are there any
like that.
twin brother football players? They
Oh,
could
yeah.
have. They could have this. They could be the next Destroyer.
Anyway.
I wish
we're
I
getting
could.
off
I wish I could
topic,
remember.
sorry.
I wish I could remember who that guy was.
We're kind of off topic.
Keep talking.
About what?
Anything. I need to.
The movie. Okay, so the
No. Just. Keep,
I was going to
don't-
talk about
Okay,
the
but don't
movie.
spoil anything.
No. So when they escaped from this Harlem castle, whatever they were in, and they went back to where the group was, the real weirdos, well, magicians, circus people, whatever you want to call them, and the people they went to see couldn't remember them. There was this one girl that was in like a tree limb branch fort, like she was in jail. Oh, come here, let me out, all this, I'll take care of you, all this, and then she was the one that ended up going with them to find the weapons, and then finding out how they could get back in to rescue the queen. And the queen was like, oh no, you've got to go on your own, I'll be okay, whatever, go, go, go. So by the time
I want to say.
by the time they get to where this ruby is, the sorcerer got in there, but it froze the sorcerer. She couldn't keep it. She couldn't keep it because she wasn't worthy or something, or she wasn't a virgin or something.
Oh yeah.
And then to find out,
Well. Okay. Yeah.
then the guy that took her to be in his Harlem, the guy missing the two fingers, he got there later, and the ruby was already gone. And then she tried her magic on him, but then she made him dizzy and like he couldn't see straight. And then he did strike her with a knife or something. So I don't remember much what happened after that. I do, but we're not supposed to go too far on this.
I do remember something, but I'm not going to reveal it.
Okay.
Anyway, I would say if you're a fan of sword and sorcery movies, maybe it's worth a rental. I wouldn't necessarily buy it. I don't know if
I
it's
would
worth.
get it free.
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it on Blu-ray.
No.
I don't know. Maybe you might like it. Maybe.
You could check it out at your library, see if it's
Well-
there. What was also in the other one that we got? There was a 2-movie pack, right?
Oh yeah, the
we
Norsemen.
rent.
I think.
The Nordsman. We didn't watch that.
Maybe we'll get to that another day.
Oh, really? Doesn't it have to get back to the library?
I can rent it again.
Oh, okay. Extend it.
Join us next. Well, since I picked the film, join us next time when Kay will pick the next film.